I think enough is enough. We need to address the main issue now. Where are we? The role of government in governance is to protect lives and property of the people and to provide welfare for the people. Mr. Speaker, we have failed woefully in all this. My other colleague here, Sununu, said over 70 people were killed. My dear colleague from Oyo State said over 50 people were killed. Somebody from Imo said their people are being killed. Go to the northeast, north central, northwest, southeast, southwest, south. Our people are being killed. What are we doing in government? It is important we address this, Mr. Speaker. Is it the time when we have fighter jets moving here and there that we will address this issue? Something has to be done, Mr. Speaker.
Tender an apology to Nigerians for your failure in leadership. Resign from office and cancel every ambition to contest election in 2027. Or commit to between now and 2027, your focus go be to ensure say Nigeria no disintegrate between now and 2027. Conduct free and fair elections and allow Nigeria to move forward. Because Mr. President, the condition of Nigeria today now say, Tinubu, let my people go. Tinubu and APC, let Nigeria go. Pharaoh, let my people go. And Nigerians, if Pharaoh does not want to let you go, you must mobilize and strategize to rescue yourself because everybody is in trouble. Mr. President, how many lives of Nigerians are worth your personal ambition? President Tinubu, how many innocent citizens need to die, be kidnapped, go into suffering before you realize you lack the capacity to protect lives or the competence to govern? Mr. President, if the people where they around you no go tell you the truth, if they are holding you from knowing the truth, you should find a way of knowing the truth because you should know. Your government is not just a bad government. APC is an affliction. It is a curse. It has become a plague upon Nigerians. This is the SI unit of monumental failure. Nigeria exists now so that other countries can learn how not to govern their nations. What you have provided for Nigeria is the textbook definition of how not to govern a country. And if you could tell Jonathan to resign when things were way better, then what are you also waiting for to resign? How many lives of innocent Nigerians are worth your personal ambition? In 2023, you say egbe kini iwa eyin lokan kò sí problem. INEC ti gbe wa o oya baba show working now for where 2 years and counting going to 3 years. Because if he didn't day, he didn't day. The only plan was just to hijack, to take it and grab it. Power that is meaningless and useless to the people. Every day shedding of innocent blood. Since the night where INEC decided to announce result for nights when human beings were sleeping, the whole country wake up, it was like a day of mourning. Including people where they announced say the winner no fit celebrate their victory. How you go celebrate victory where they announce for nights when human beings they sleep? Since that day, it has been mourning and tragedy for Nigerians. This wasting of innocent life, when will you also hold your conscience and say, let me allow this country to move forward? Country that has given you so much opportunity. A former governor, former senator, former national leader. You don't even become commander-in-chief as president with, in spite of all the record, your wife, former senator. Waiting else Nigeria go do for una before una go allow this country to make progress. Mr. President, make una get conscience for once and let this nation, more than 200 million lives being held ransom because of one person's ambition. It is a shame. Your own aide Daniel Bwala, when he been the PDP before now, the dancer just won the mandate, they shall collapse. He said that even if they give Tinubu the next 30 years, they cannot change anything, and that is the reality on ground. If the people around you will not tell you the truth, you should know the truth, President Tinubu. You cannot be commander-in-chief that they kill military, kill police, kill civilian. This is the first time we see this open show of shame and criminality. So-called military a big terrorist peace deal. Terrorists that they get boldness past even military officers, and you call yourself commander-in-chief and they say this is a sovereign nation. Sovereign nation where the commander-in-chief they they share sovereignty with known terrorists. It is a tragedy of a nation, Mr. President, because those people where they criticize, they call make government good. DSS know how to come, start to they look for us. Our own fear is not death, it's living a life of cowardice. As long as we are speaking the truth, me, this Nigeria, I not die here, I live here. I will live up to a good old age, and this country must work in my lifetime. People like you must give way. The government and politicians like you who have become mundane and have nothing to offer the country must move so that this country can make progress. What exactly is the ambition? What is it worth? How many more Nigerians should die before we realize that you should make a sacrifice and resign from office or give way for competent leadership to move this nation forward? Mr. President, this is a humble advice to you. Take it from a concerned youth. People who criticize you do not hate you. We do not love human beings more than we love the country. 200 million lives at stake for one person's ambition. It cannot work. It is either you resign, commit to free and fair election in 2027. If all the energy you use to play politics, to move every politician into your party, if you invested it into governance, maybe you would have achieved a little. But unfortunately, you can only fail where there was a plan to succeed. Here, there was no plan to succeed. It was just to take power that is useless. Mr. President, you can resign. You can cancel your ambition for 2027. Commit to free and fair election and let Nigeria go. Pharaoh, let my people go. People, if Pharaoh will not let you go, ensure you let yourself go. This level of shedding of innocent blood cannot be sustained. This is a tragedy of a nation. Every day, bad news. Every day, tragedy. Waiting happen. Kilo day. Jesus.
We knew this was very bad in this country. We knew things were bad, but we never knew it was this terrible. It was this rotten. There is nothing like government present in Nigeria. There is no government in Nigeria. Donald Trump, please come and take over. Just start coming. Come and take over. We don't have a government. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is only there to borrow money, to enrich his family more. That's all. He just want to use the country as a collateral to borrow as much as he wants to share with his family and some of the governors. That is all. For a bandit to have the power to wear an assistant commissioner of police uniform that he killed and still use that uniform to negotiate a peace deal with government official, tells you that there's no government. Watch this video.
They haven't been able to capture one terrorist or capture any bandit leaders. They hold meetings with them. One bandit in Katsina killed an assistant commissioner of police and put on his uniform to come for dialogue in Katsina. He did not even discard the uniform. After killing him, took his gun, he wore that uniform with the epaulets in place, with the rank in place, and came to Katsina for an open meeting in the uniform of an assistant commissioner of police that he murdered. And you say you have government in Nigeria. So that's why we call for a revolution.
This is the same government that is arresting peaceful protesters and jailing them. Bola Ahmed Tinubu government is arresting peaceful protesters and is jailing them, putting them in prison. Meanwhile, terrorists who unalive an assistant commissioner of police would wear that same uniform of the assistant commissioner of police that was being killed by the same bandit to attend a peace deal meeting with government officials. And now you want to tell me there's a government in Nigeria? Nigeria government under Bola Ahmed Tinubu has 100% collapsed. We do not have government. We only have some bunch of people who are taking advantage of the country, stealing the resources of the country for their own selfish gains. That's all. There is no government that is here to take care of things for the betterment of the country and for the comfort of Nigerians. We don't have such government. Omoyele Sowore has been calling for revolution, and now Nigerians are hoping on Donald Trump. We don't know how this is going to happen, but I know religion is behind everything that is keeping Nigerians docile. Otherwise, few politicians cannot override over 220 million Nigerians estimated. We should go for these guys. Enough is enough. These guys are never going to get tired of destroying this nation. They all have dual citizenship. You will agree to that. Most of your politicians have other countries' passport. At any given point in time, they are out of this country. You will be left alone to contend with these bandits that they have brought in from Niger, Cameroon, other countries because of election purpose. And now those guys they brought for election purpose have now come to stay, and they are now doing other things to satisfy their own desire. Hence, your government cannot go after them. Your government cannot do anything. They are incapacitated. To those of you still supporting APC government, in all of this that you are seeing, it shall never be well with you, your generation, and your entire race. For as many that is involved, you are a sympathizer of APC, you are a supporter of APC, you are a card-carrying member of APC. It will never be well with your generation. Sickness will not look for your address to know your address. Calamity, agony and pain will be your permanent neighbor, will be your permanent friend. For as many of you that is guilty of this, APC, if you know their supporters as a Nigerian that is exposed to all of these things that we are bringing to your notice, please, at least you should be able to run away from them. They are not your friends. They are not. They are responsible for the problem we are all in right now. They have handed our nation to Fulani terrorists to do with it whatever they wishes, and here we are. Enough is enough. We have to go after these politicians and do the needful. We can't continue like this. This is not a country.
I hope you know there is not only Christian genocide going on in our country. We now have political genocide too going on, buying all the political parties, bringing them down, turning our state, our country to one party state. There is economic genocide going on. When you decamp to APC, all your sins are gone. You don't need to develop your state anymore. Just decamp to APC, sing on your mandate we stand, and you can do whatever you like with your state. Look at my state, Ekiti State, for example. Economic genocide going on there. No development, and they are reinforcing the same failure on us. That's economic genocide that is going on. Ethnic genocide going on as we speak. Financial genocide, economic genocide going on right now as we speak in our country. It's not just Christians. Not just Christians that have genocide is not just Christian. Everything that we can think of is happening in that country as we speak. They know how to solve our security problems in Nigeria. One straight shot, state police, but they decided not to do that because they don't want to offend governors. A lot is happening. It's not just Christians. EFCC, when was the last time that you heard that they arrest one local government chairman or one governor? No. All they go after now is yahoo. Nothing else. So if you think it's just Christians that are facing genocide, no. There's economic genocide. In the next 20 years, my state, Ekiti State, will be headquarters of Alumanjiri in Nigeria. No development, no nothing. A nation has fallen. Nigeria is gone. Genocide in all sectors, in all areas of life that is happening as we speak. We need help. Our terms no longer work because our elections are now selections. Our commonwealth is in few hands, sharing our money. A nation.
See, all those bandits, now generals, the former generals, present generals, they involve. Now, Dangote himself now come cement all this what they talk. See, I don't tell about headsmen who gets who the person, we own the cow. The rich people of Nigeria. Who are the generals? The rich people of Nigeria. Now they come ask our richest. He say we can make Nigeria a paradise in 5 years if we decide to. So it means say they have decided not to make it a paradise. He said it. You can find that interview. if we want to make, we can make Nigeria a paradise in 5 years if we decide. So if they did not decide to make it paradise, they decide for sure to make it hell. A lot of violence in Nigeria is coming from the smuggling business. You know, see the smuggling part of the business. Now to smuggle these things, the stolen gold, the stolen arms, the textiles from China. I know in my mouth, see, the people involved in this one, I know now those ones, no say nobody, the years talk say anybody they smuggle for Nigeria. When they hear them, go and read this book called The Looting Machine. That book, to me, the whole book is nonsense. Really, I know really, but he get one chapter where the guy focused on looting, which was really the reason why the guy write that book, because the guy won't expose that person. I know if he use my mouth, say me man, I know if he use my mouth, call the man name. After I read that book, I investigate that man for Nigeria. I see say this one, this man, custom holding property, smuggling property. They call, they tell the customer, say today now you go come for this work. They free all the goods. You know, they see the video of one customer where they stop some kind truck. When you the smuggling part, the violence that one they bring, that one go now. Nobody can mention in now only Oyibo fit mention in it because they don't go fit do British by anything. So go and read it. Tom Burgess, I'm going to be name. We write the book. What I mean Tom Burgess, The Looting Machine. These are not human beings. Look at the way they behave. It is not human behavior. They are monsters. The whole problem of our country is from the rich people of our country. Oshomo, let's say, now the generals, the rich people are the ones involved in the banditry. But we are explaining it as if we are the ones involved. The richest man in Nigeria, just not be allegedly. The interview is there online. You can Google it and find it. We can make Nigeria a paradise in 5 years if we decide. So there's a decision to make Nigeria hell. There's a decision to make Nigeria hell. The only way for you to get out of this, I repeat, Pan-Africanize yourself. Begin to organize yourselves. Organize. You need organization. Your organization is your protection. I don't tell you before. If we are well organized, if they rig, we rig. We will outrig them. If they fight, we will fight. We will outfight them. We are more than them. We must organize to face them directly.
Welcome back to the channel. A lot of Nigerians can't even hide it again. They are tired, like completely fed up with Tinubu's government, because every day the country feels less safe and the leaders are supposed to protect the citizens are acting like nothing is really happening. Bandits and terrorists are moving freely. They are busy attacking villages, kidnapping people, collecting ransom like it's normal business. And nobody in power is doing anything serious to stop them. People talk openly now that if government cannot protect them, they'll have to start protecting themselves by any means possible. And that's to show how frustrated the whole nation is. And instead of focusing on the real issue that is facing the country, the same government is busy sentencing Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment like that's the main problem of Nigeria. How can you leave armed bandits terrorizing the whole community, then you now carry your power and put on one man? Nigerians have seen that this is not making sense to anybody. Because every time people hear of another attack, another kidnapping, another village being wiped out, the anger just increases. Because the government's silence and lack of action is very loud. And a lot of them are asking, how are bandits able to hold meetings, granted interviews? These people even do press conferences like celebrities, but the government will not arrest them. How terrorists operate openly for years and nobody in power is even shaking. But when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, suddenly the full weight of the law will fall like thunder. Nigerians are not fools. They can see the double standards clearly. And right now, a lot of them feel abandoned. They feel like the government is not even interested in their safety anymore. Everything has turned so bad that citizens are saying that they need to start defending themselves because nobody will be able to defend them. And to be honest, that's true. If you call police during attack now, they will not come. If you call on your leaders, nobody will answer you. You're actually on your own. And the whole frustration is coming from years of broken promises. The government will say they're going to secure the country. When another election comes up now, you're going to hear new manifesto, new promises, and at the same time, they'll still do what they want to do. They will tell you that they want to fix the economy. I'm going to stop the killings that is happening. But instead, everything is just getting worse. And that's the truth. There's no affordable food. Money doesn't even circulate. Insecurity in every region. And the leadership is acting like everything is normal. A lot of Nigerians are tired. They are just emotionally, mentally and everything. Everybody is drained, and physically we are all unsafe. And when government uses their strength on people who are not the root cause of the violence but ignores the actual killers and kidnappers, this sends a very big message, and they're just trying to tell the people that citizens don't even matter. And that's why a lot of Nigerians are very angry right now. And that's why they are saying they need to protect themselves. So this situation has reached the point where even people that used to support the government are now calling them out. Everyone is shouting because the suffering, it doesn't have tribe, religion, region. No one is safe. And when Nigerians get tired like this, when they feel pushed to the wall, their voice becomes louder. The government needs to wake up, because a lot of people are just crying out for real action now. And this is not selective justice. These people want security, they want peace, they want fairness. A government that fights criminals and not the one that shows strength when it comes to only one man. A lot of people are tired. Well, what do you think about this? Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if this is the first time joining my channel, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.